going to the next stage. It is called stakeholders. So we should, what do you mean by stakeholder? Okay, the word stakeholder, that can be the textbook definition, okay, of stakeholder, who can put a directly or indirect influence over the user or the party. Now, in this case, we need to identify who are the different stakeholders. Okay, and once we understand the stakeholders, we need to put into something called stakeholder mapping. So let us understand who can be the different stakeholder for the book my show. Investors for that. It's a lot of affiliate marketing. Book my show have a tie-up with maybe cafeteria, or they may actually collaborate with some other platforms where if you book the ticket through the book my show, you will get some kind of coupons where which can be redeemed for the purchase of the other products. How about local municipality? Maybe we need to pay some tax also. Okay, so maybe government authorities can be the one stakeholders. Now, once we identify all the stakeholders, okay, so we need to do something called stakeholder mapping metrics. Here, okay, we take the user, I mean the user of the book my show as a separate, and we need to understand, okay, what is the impact of other stakeholders on the users under 4 quadrants. So what is the 4 quadrants talks about? So basically talks about 2 axes. The vertical axis talks about interest of the stakeholder on the users or the movie goers. The level of influence put by the stakeholder. It can be a low influence, it can be a high influence. Okay, so let me take an example. What is the interest level of movie owners? No, not movie, I mean the theater owners on the users of book my show, whether they have a high interest or low interest. High interest. What can be the possibility of the influence the theater owners put on improving the user experience? It can be a low influence or high influence. Just think from a book my show perspective. Owners will be have a more.
Yes.
Now let us take payment gateways. Okay, so what is the interest of payment gateways on the users, whether they have high interest or low interest? Some payment gateways is very convenient, so we may want such kind of payment gateways, and payment gateways will be more interested in attracting such kind of users. Now, what is the influence on the payment gateway on the users? High. Now let us take another example. Okay, we discussed that, like, one stakeholder is the government, because they are getting tax from once you use the services of book my show. So what is the interest of government on the users? High interest or low interest? Or low interest. Now, what is the influence of government on the user experience? High influence or low influence? Low influence, am I right? Okay. Because maybe if they reduce the rate or increase the rate, okay, there not be much influence on the users. Let us take another example. Okay, maybe cafeteria owners. What is the impact? What is the interest of cafeteria owners on the user experience? High. Now investors, Nikita told that, okay, so people wants to enhance their investments returns. So what is the interest of investors on this particular segment? High interest or low interest? High interest. What is the influence? Low influence or high influence? Low influence. So we will do a small, I mean, this is an activity for you. So we need to identify who are the different stakeholders and put in these 4 quadrants. Okay, we will come back to this particular stakeholder later on, because when we create a product or solutions, we need to understand, okay, how these stakeholders is directly or indirectly influence on that particular user experience. Okay, so basically, if you talk about strategy, okay. So you said that, okay, payment gateways, they have a high interest and high influence. So we need to engage closely. Maybe we need to have a separate key account manager who will deal on a daily basis with the payment gateways and make sure that, okay, the payments are done on a proper time without any hassles. Maybe we need to engage closely with the theater owners to make sure that, okay, the services provided by the theater owners to the users are really good. For example, we have seen that, okay, the government have high interest but low influence. We need to make sure that, okay, we maintain proper records. Okay, if there is an audit, or we need to make sure that, okay, we need to periodically report report the different accounts to the government authorities. So there can be some people who just we need to keep satisfied. This is from a strategic point of view, but we will come back to this particular stakeholder. But this stakeholder map metrics is actually created having a holistic view. Okay, I will connect the dots. Okay, sometimes you may feel a bit of gap, but we will connect the dots. So let us understand a very important concept. Okay, before trying or describing about that concept, I will want to show you a small video. So I just want to give a context about this video also. I think previously around 9 or 10 years back, okay. So whenever I want to come to Mumbai or Delhi, okay, whenever I land in airport, normally I got cheated by the local taxis or auto drivers. Okay. You know, people from South India have a challenge. Even though we know Hindi, our Hindi is not very good. Okay. So people can easily catch. Okay, you are from Tamil Nadu or you are from Kerala. So most of the time I got cheated. Nowadays, if I land in Mumbai or in any northern part of India, this happens vice versa also. People from Delhi come to Trivandrum, they really understand, okay, they are not familiar with this place, and local taxi drivers and auto drivers will cheat like anything. Now, if I land in unknown places, I prefer a Uber ride or a Ola ride. Why? What can be the reason? I mean, most of you also having agree with the same point. Now, so once Uber and Ola actually become very popular with the people, okay. In fact, empaneling with an Uber or Ola is not really profitable for the auto drivers or taxi, because they need to make a good amount of revenue cut towards Uber and Ola. So unfortunately, okay, because if they want to have a more ride, okay, they need to get a panel with Uber or Ola. So that is the current situation. Now there was one guy, his name is Annadurai. I don't know whether you heard about this story. It's a very famous story about Annadurai. So he didn't get empaneled with any of Uber or Ola, but he's getting a lot of rides. Okay, a lot of people actually wait for his rides. So I just want to show this video. You closely observe this video. So this video is actually taken in Tamil, but the English transcripts are there. ஒரு ஜாப்க்கு தான் போயிட்டு இருந்தேன் முதல்ல. திடீர்னு ஒரு நாள் எங்க அண்ணன் லீவ் போட்டாரு. அப்ப நான் எடுத்து ரன் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சேன். இன்கம் வர மாதிரி தெரிஞ்சது. ஸோ இந்த காசுக்காக நம்ம இன்னொருத்தவங்கிட்ட போயிட்டு ரொம்ப நேரம் ஒரு 8 hours அவங்க கூட ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ற மாதிரியான இருக்கு. ஸோ செல்ஃப் எம்ப்ளாயா இருக்கிறது நிறைய சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷனான விஷயங்களை நான் ரியலைஸ் பண்ணேன். கஸ்டமர்ஸ் தான் கடவுள் அப்படின்ற ஒரு காரணத்தினால அவங்க ஒரு 10 minutes 20 minutes 30 minutes தான் என்னோட ஆட்டோல டிராவல் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஸோ இந்த டிராவல் டைமிங்ல உங்களுக்கு என்ன மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள் கொடுக்கலாம் வித்தியாசமா அப்படின்னு தேடினேன். ஒரு 8 நியூஸ் பேப்பர், 35 மேகசின்ஸ், டேப்லெட், ஐபேட், லேப்டாப், டிவி, கான்டெஸ்ட், டோக்கன், இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயங்கள் பண்ணிக்கொள்ளாரு. கஸ்டமர்ஸ் எல்லாருக்குமே சேஞ்ச் ப்ராப்ளம் இருந்துச்சு. ஸோ அதனால ஸ்வைப்பிங் மிஷின் கொண்டு வரலாம் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சேன். ஸோ இதன் மூலியமா என்னோட ஒரு மணி கூட, சின்ன மணி கூட கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு போகுது அப்படின்றதுல வந்து நான் ரொம்ப ப்ரௌடாக ஃபீல் பண்ணேன். மந்த்லி ஒரு 9,000 rupees என்னோட கஸ்டமர்ஸ்க்காக ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஸோ என்னோட இன்கம் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகணும் அப்படின்றதுக்காக நான் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணேன். அவங்கள சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு ஒரு காரணத்தினால தான் பண்ணேன். இதன் மூலியமா என்னோட இன்கம் டபுள் ஆயிருக்கு. முன்னாடிலாம் கஸ்டமர்ஸ்க்காக நான் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருப்பேன். இப்போ கஸ்டமர்ஸ் எனக்காக வெயிட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சேன். டெக்னாலஜி எவ்வளவுதான் வளர்ந்தாலும் ஹியூமன் எலிமெண்ட்டை வந்து யாராலையும் ஜெயிக்க முடியாது. அதனாலதான் என்னோட கஸ்டமர்ஸ் கிட்ட நான் ரொம்ப ஃப்ரெண்ட்லியா இருக்கேன். ஸோ அவங்க எவ்வளவு டென்ஷனோட என் ஆட்டோக்குள்ள ஏறி வந்தா கூட இறங்கும் போது
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா போகணும் அப்படின்றது தான் என்னோட எதிர்பார்ப்பா இருக்கும். நான் டெல்லியில பேசணும்னு நான் கனவுல கூட நினைச்சது கிடையாது. ஹாய், I speak Hindi or English? I speak Hindi. I will try. Okay. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. ठीक है. Okay. भैया brother. धन्यवाद. Thank you. Hindi over. Okay. இது எதனால பாத்தீங்கன்னா நான் ஏதாவது ஆந்திரா கேரளா கர்நாடகா டெல்லி அந்த டைம்ல இருக்கும்போது அவங்க ஒரு சின்ன டீ ஷாப்ல கனெக்ட் ஆகணும்னா என்னோட ஃபீல் எப்படி இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த ஒரு ஃபீல் அந்த செகண்ட் அவங்களுக்கு டெல்லியில பேசுறது அப்படின்றது வந்து டெல்லியில பேசுனேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் இங்க சத்தியமங்கலம் இந்த மாதிரி 2 டெட் டாக்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு சில கார்பரேட் கம்பெனிஸ்ல போய் ட்ரைனிங்கும் கொடுத்துருக்கேன். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் என்னோட கஸ்டமர்ஸை திருப்திப்படுத்த வைக்கணும் அப்படின்ற ஒரே ஒரு ஃபோக்கஸ் தானே தவிர இதெல்லாம் வந்து நான் எதிர்பார்க்காத ஒரு விஷயங்க. ஐ லவ் மை ஜாப். கஸ்டமர்ஸ் வந்து கடவுளுக்கு நிகரானவங்க. அவங்களை எப்படியெல்லாம் திருப்திகரமா வச்சுக்கணுன்ற ஒரே ஒரு விஷயத்த மட்டும்தான் நான் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணேன். இப்போ நான் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கேன். இன்னும் நிறைய விஷயங்கள் பண்ணணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறேன்.
So he gone beyond customer satisfaction. Maybe he go to something called customer delight. Am I right? Yeah. How he is able to achieve the customer delight? So that is the point. Okay, he actually take care of the small things. So here we are trying to understand a very important concept called product tear down. I don't know whether you heard about a concept called product tear down. So let me give another analogy. So so as a kid, okay, so when my parents actually give us a toy, okay, so after 2 or 3 days, okay, what we do is we will break the toys and we will try to understand what is inside that particular toy. Even this happened, okay, when I become a parent. Okay, so I have 2 boys. Okay, so sometimes they actually ask for a costly remote control cars. So after 2 or 3 days, okay, I can see that, okay, this remote control car is completely teared down. Okay, it is completely broken, because kids have a curiosity, okay, to understand what are the different components inside that particular product. Am I right or not? Okay, now if you want to develop a product or services to a next level, or you are elevating a customer from a satisfaction level to a delight level, or there is something called core product to an augment product to a potential product, we need to understand the detailed different aspects of the product, okay, so or services. So that is what is called product tear down. So in order to have a product tear down, there is a concept called customer journey mapping. Have you heard about something called customer journey mapping? So let us take an example. Now assume that, okay, you want to go to a pizza restaurant. Okay, now what are the different steps involved in going to a pizza restaurant? Suppose, okay, you feel that, okay, you need to have a small party with your friends on tomorrow evening. So you need to make sure that, okay, the place is really good, the restaurant is really good. So what can be the different steps? So basically, you may go to these 9 stages, consciously or unconsciously. Start with aware. What do you mean by aware? Correct. Yeah, locations. Now, what do you mean research? So there can be 10 or 20 restaurants. Which restaurant is good? So you may look for the reviews. You may look for Google reviews. You may go for Yelp reviews. You may ask your friend. Now, after that, you will arrive at the restaurant. That is where Sadish was mentioning, okay, the parking facility, the behavior of the security staff. Then, okay, you may order the pizza, then wait for the order, then eat pizza, leave the restaurant, leave feedback and return. So at each stages, there is something called touch point. So have you heard about something called touch point? So it is an encounter happen between the customers and your business. Okay, so let us take for awareness. So the touch point can be a billboard, touch point can be internet, can be a Facebook notification, can be a signboard. Research can be from the friend's website. So when you arrive, okay, what is the face aid? There are proper signboards are there, okay, behavior of the parkings, the proper parking facilities, behavior of the staff. When you order, okay, so whether waiter is friendly, whether menu looks really attractive, whether menu gives a brief description about the food, okay, you are planning to order. When you are waiting, okay, the interior, the restaurant interior, okay, the ambience, the music, okay, maybe cleanliness. When you're leaving, okay, the paying terminal, okay, the behavior of the waiter, okay, maybe you need to pay the money to the the cash counter, okay. So the behavior also works. Feedback, so how you submit the feedback, okay, whether they have any proper survey form, or whether there is any facility in the website to submit the feedback, or you go to the Facebook page of pizza restaurants and submit the feedback. Return, okay, so sometimes, okay, they want to attract the customers again, so they whether they will trigger any kind of promotions. So we are trying to understand a very important concept called customer uh, journey map. So it is actually a tear down exercise, but it is a holistic exercise which will help to understand each and different stages of the customer, and it will also helps to understand different other aspects of the customers. Okay, so let me give a small example. Now, if you talk about this is a small format for the customer journey map. If you talk about the horizontal axis, we will be starting with what are the different stages of the customer journey. Here we have seen, okay, it start with aware, research, arrive, order, wait, eat, maybe return, leaving, feedback, and return. Now, in the vertical axis, first of all, we try to understand what is the expectations of the customers from each stages. Okay, so maybe let me ask an question. When you arrive at the restaurant, or when you sit in a restaurant, what is your expectation? What is the first level expectation from the restaurant? At least, okay, if it is very crowded also, they should greet us, they should make us comfortable. And a lot of times, okay, they will not actually have any kind of engagement with us. We need to actually call the waiter. That does not looks good, am I right? Okay, so these are the user expectation. Touch point, what do you mean touch point? So it is an engagement mechanisms with the business as well as the customers. So what is the touch point? Then, okay, we will try to understand the process, but let us start with these three things. Then, okay, we will progressively move on. So let us take our case study of Book My Show and try to understand what are the different stages of customer journey. Okay. Now, on the vertical axis, we need to identify what are the user goals and what are the different touch points. Now, most of the companies earlier had the philosophies of only touch points. So touch point in the sense, I may be responsible for only that particular touch point. So as a employee, I may be only bothered about that particular touch point. I may not be bothered about the next touch point. Understood? So they will keep put on blame game. Okay. So nowadays, we need, if you want to have the end level satisfaction of the customer, each and every touch point is very, very important. Each and every touch points need to be integrated. Okay, each and every touch point needs to be communicated also. So I think initially in the class, okay, I said about Toyota production system. Okay, so whenever they go to the next stage, okay, if I feel that, okay, in this particular stage, the last stage was not perfect, I can actually ask, or I can press the button so that it will go to the early stage. Okay, so that the entire the product quality or the user experience will be better. Now let us do a small activity combinedly. So have you used Google Jamboard at any point of time? So it's a collaborative platform. So this is a collaborative platform where we can collaborate together. So you have a pen, okay, then you have a eraser, okay, then you can put an arrow. So then you have a sticky notes, okay, for example, okay, design, put as design, you can put like this. I can expand it. Yeah, there is a circle, you can put it. There's a lot of things you can do it. So have you heard about a tool called Miro? So this is a very powerful collaborative tool, okay, where you can have by default formats are there. Okay, so let us take a customer journey map. So this is almost similar like the Google Jamboard, but here you can have lot of by default. So this is one sample of customer journey map. So there can be multiple variants. Okay, I mean some ask about actions. We talk about user expectations. Some ask for needs and pains. Okay, some ask for touch point, customer feeling. Okay, now here if you want to put book my show, okay, you can put us aware. You can put what are the next stage? Research. So there is also sticky notes are there. Okay, you can add a lot of points over here. So it's a very powerful tool. Okay, I mean especially when you're working with management and when you this we can also collaborate just like a Jamboard. However, you need to have a paid version for that, and you can even download it also. You can download this like, and you can paste in the PPT. Okay. So ideally, maybe I actually talk about few tools, and most of these tools are available in Miro itself. Okay, and you can download it and maybe capture in a Word document or a PPT, whichever is convenient for you. This is very user friendly and it is very visually appealing also, because it is very difficult to create such kind of formats inside a Word or a PPT. So there are a lot of tools are there. I mean, a lot of tools are there. You have a Kanban chart, or you have a Gantt chart. Okay, a lot of things are there.